Single life versus joint and survivor life annuity. That's what you're looking for, right? That's what I'm going to tell you about. Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, licensed in all 50 states. And I know my stuff, and I do know about this topic as well. We're going to talk about really immediate annuity and deferred income annuity structuring choices, but focusing solely on these joint life versus single life, and how that all works and how you can customize the quotes to meet your specific goals. So hang in there with me. I'm getting ready to clap my hands, so lean in, because once I clap it, music will start. Okay, so single life versus joint life, which is better? There's no good answer to that. It really comes down to what you want to contractually solve for when you're setting up a lifetime income stream. Do understand that single life is going to pay higher than joint life. Why? Because single life involves covering and guaranteeing for one life, and joint life covers and guarantees for two. So that makes a ton of sense, correct? Now, the other thing that you need to understand is any type of lifetime income quotes where you're getting an immediate annuity, deferred income annuity, qualified longevity annuity contracts, even lifetime benefit income riders, think of it like a gallon of milk. A gallon of milk expires every 7 to 10 days. So do annuity quotes. So you can't get a quote, think about it for 2 or 3 weeks, then come back and say, hey, Stan the Annuity Man, that's the one I want to go with. I'm going to have to re-quote everything, and most likely that quote has changed since I sent it to you 3 weeks ago. So put that in the back of your head. They're commodity quotes, like buying a plane ticket, kinda. You punch in exactly what you want and then go find the best contractual guarantees for your specific situation, shopping through all carriers, as many as humanly possible, because sometimes carrier X will finish number 1 this week, and that same exact carrier 2 weeks from now will finish 8th. Why? Because they're trying to attract money for different specific age ranges and life expectancies. And so that's the reason you got to quote all carriers. So in a second, we're going to go to the whiteboard and draw some things out so you understand it a little bit better. Okay, we're back. Single life versus joint and survivor life. Once again, there's no perfect answer. So how many lives is single life is going to cover? 1, joint and survivor cover 2. Now, you can structure this in myriad of ways. You can structure it single life only, or joint life only, or you can structure it with cash refund, with installment refund, with a period certain attached to it. Regardless, if it's a lifetime guarantee, it's going to cover for as long as you live, period, regardless. I don't care if it's to 150, 160, I don't care if there's a medical breakthrough. You know, that's the transfer risk benefit proposition, is if you live forever, the annuity company, is on the hook to pay. But understand that the way that you structure the back end, whether it's a cash refund, installment refund, or period certain, that's kind of the backstop in case you die early in the policy and you want to make sure that somebody in your family beneficiaries get a form of payment or a refund of some of the money or all of the money, depending on how you want to structure it. So the other thing is on joint and survivor, I think this is important to point out. If you do joint and survivor, you can do it joint life with 100%. And what that means is you and your wife, let's just say it's you and your wife, and if you die, 100% of the income stream goes uninterrupted and unchanged for the surviving spouse's life, okay? But you can customize it. You can say, okay, I don't want joint and 100, I want joint with 75%. What does that mean? That means that it's going to be joint life with 75%, meaning that you both are alive. It's going to be an X amount of payment, but when you die, the wife or the spouse is going to get 75% of that initial number. So you could do it anyway. You could do joint with 50%, okay? So, customizable. You can do it any way you want. The more backstop, the more the percentage guarantee, that means the lower the payment. So joint with 50% survivor will be a higher payment than joint with 100% survivor, if that makes sense. Just think of it from an annuity company standpoint. They don't give anything away. There's no philanthropist at annuity companies. So they'll structure it any way you want, but the more that you are shouldering, the more risk you're shouldering, okay, the higher the payment. So if it was joint life only, that would be the highest payment, right? Because when the second spouse dies, money goes poof, right? What you're trying to do here is make sure that depending on your specific situation, depending on what type of income gap you need to fill, you can structure it these ways. Joint life with 100, it doesn't have to be an even number. It could be a weird number. It could be 23%. I mean, annuity companies will quote anything. You just have to tell us your specific goals for your specific situation to answer the two questions. What do you want the money to contractually do? And when do you want those contractual guarantees to start? Now with the single life, I mean, the only options you have after that is how you structure the back end, whether it's installment refund, cash refund, or a period certain attached to that single life. That's how that works. Okay, so we went through all the myriads of the ways you can design joint and survivor 100%, joint survivor 50%, whatever. So the question, why would you do one or the other? Why wouldn't everyone do joint with 100% so that the spouse, the surviving spouse, continues to get the same income amount for the rest of their lives? Well, I'll give you a story. A guy called the other day and he wanted a specific number that he wanted to hit monthly, but he wanted it joint with the spouse, but he had a ton of life insurance in place so that when he passed away, that life insurance was going to come in and the wife could use the money either to buy another immediate annuity or just put it in the bank and take money out, etc. So the joint with a 50% survivor made sense for him in that specific situation because he had other money coming in. Once again, and I implore you to remember this, annuities are commodity products, but they're customizable commodity products. So what you need to tell us at theannuityman.com, and you can contact me personally, is to say, hey, this is exactly what I'm trying to do. Can we structure it that way? Can we have all the carriers bid on that specific structure? So, run that in the back of your head. Just don't accept some advisor saying, yeah, you should do joint and 20, or you should do, joint life with a period certain, or joint life with installment refund. No, think about your situation and how you want it to exactly work, not only from the spouse's standpoint or partner standpoint, but also how the beneficiaries are going to receive the money. Everything's customizable. Okay, so we talked about structuring annuities and lifetime income payouts. Just remember they're commoditized. You can get all the quotes you need at theannuityman.com. And we pretty much represent every carrier out there. And we'll just quote for the highest specific contractual guarantee for your situation. Do me a favor, subscribe to the YouTube channel because I'm putting these YouTube videos out all the time. I'm trying to educate the masses on annuities and make sure they're not making a bad mistake, buying the dream and not the contractual reality, or as I say, buying the sizzle and not the steak. Own annuities for what they will do, not what they might do. Own them for the contractual guarantees, not the hypothetical, theoretical, back-tested, projected, agent-hopeful return scenarios that you hear at the Bad Chicken Dinner seminars and the high-pressure events trying to push annuities. Annuities are contracts. Now, I would encourage you to get my books at theannuityman.com. You can sign up there, and you can get them shipped to you in this really nice gold foil mailer. They're on all different types of annuities: immediate annuities, deferred income annuities, QLACs, income riders, index annuities, and multi-year guarantee annuities. Easy reads, 50 to 60 pages, but it lists the benefits, limitations, how they're used, and all the details that you need to know to make an informed decision on your terms and on your time frame. And with that, I'll see you on the next video. Oh, by the way, I've done another video, how does a SPIA work? SPIA meaning single premium immediate annuity, that you might want to check out because we just covered primarily the life with installment refund and joint life with installment refund and the joint and survivor. We looked at that today in detail, but this other video is a little bit more detailed as well and part of your ongoing educational annuity process.